What is up, the Steem blockchain? Today I want to explore the idea which I have seen come up lately, and that is the idea of 50% curation, and that the author of a post on the Steem blockchain would only get 50%. And I want to explore this topic a lot because it seems like this might turn into a reality. I want to explore this topic. Now, this is a very nuanced topic, and I'm taking in other people's perspectives from the Steem blockchain, and I'm making my own video to express my thoughts, my first thoughts here of basically what I see. Okay. So let's go over. Okay, the current Steem system. This is not exactly how it is. Sometimes the percentages are a little bit different, but in general, 75% from some original content goes to the author, and 25% goes to curation. Now, there are sort of two groups now I see on the Steem blockchain with different perspectives. You have this big movement of content creators, and then you have stakeholders, people with a lot of stake, and both these two sides, I feel like they're going to come to sort of like a point where they might have different agendas. I sort of feel in many ways that the stakeholders, many times, they might want to have more profits right now, while the content creators are mainly looking at the long-term aspect, like 10, 20 years down the line. So let's explore this idea of 50% curation. How I look at curation right now. So the idea of 50% curation on a piece of content, what that implies is that curation is mega important, and that it's used as important as the original content. Okay, so let's see how curation works right now. Curation at the moment is mainly automated. Curation, you have automated software that can produce curation. Okay. Do we have automated software that can create content? Original videos, photos, original text. Do we have automated software for that? We don't. So we already look at it. Okay, so curation is getting more automated. People are making their life easier by automating it. Okay. So when I look at, so let's take this idea of 50% curation. Let's say I make a video, I expend a lot of energy, I make a video, I upload it to YouTube, let's say. So I made most of the work. At the moment how it works, I get the most value in return. I expanded the most amount of energy. Now, if this new system would come into play, what that would mean is I would earn way less. And the idea is that more value is coming from the curators. But if we take a look at DTube, for example, that have a 2 million Steem power delegation. So you can see that most videos on DTube, or most videos that get uploaded to DTube, main value is coming from one source. It's not coming from majority of curators. But this new system would make it so the other curators would get massive value from, maybe they even have automated the curation, but in general, they scroll through a page, maybe click an upvote button, but in general, they would take most of that value from, let's say, a DTube delegation and put it in their own accounts. And did they really produce the most amount of work? Let's be real. most of curation is already getting automated. Curation is going to be more and more and more and more automated. So would people curate more? What would happen is these big empowerment systems as DTube, most of that value, like very little value, would go to the original content creator, the original person that sacrificed a lot to expand energy to actually produce something original. So already we can see that the original content creator, they are taking the biggest risk. They are expanding the most amount of energy. So clearly they should be paid more. It would be very, very unfair to have a system that 50% of the value goes to people that either have automated software or something. I mean, and one of the hard truths is most people are not content creators. Like most people are really not content creators. Content creator is like it's a lifestyle. It takes a lot of energy and effort, and some pieces of content are way, way better than other pieces of content. But this idea that you would just take 50% in curation on each content, it would just create more fakeness. It would just create more fake engagement. And taking 50%, that implies that curators are just as important as the original content creators. But is that really the case? Now, curation is going to be more automated in the future. I mean, that's just a fact. More people are just going to automate their curation. But it would produce, if you have 50% curation, it would produce a more leech effect, where you know that most people just upvoting your content. They're not upvoting your content to give you love, to be nice, to do something good for you. They're doing it for curation. They don't really care at all about the content. So we already have the system right now where there are a few main accounts that are the main person supporting a piece of work. But you would produce a more of a leech effect. If you have 50% curation, that would produce a massive leech effect. Some people think that stakeholders are the main people that bring the massive value, but I would actually say that original content creators are what makes the platform. It's what makes people come to the platform. Content creators, original content creators, people that do it as a lifestyle. Curation is a way, way smaller aspect. Like people that really producing original stuff, of course they should be paid more. If they're just getting 50%, there's going to be some other service that's going to come in and give more to content creators. It takes a long time to empower content creators. It takes a very, very long time. We're only 1 year in empowering content creators, especially with platforms like DTube. We're only 1 year in. This is a process that's going to take at least 5 years. But if you cut off the supply of content creators by punishing them, by use rewarding automated services, that it's going to make the content creators go away. And once it's content creators that brings in energy and more people, it's not curation. Curation is getting more automated, right? So I really do not get it. Now, it would be great for big accounts. They would get more stake, but they already have a lot of stake, right? It is the smaller accounts that it needs to be nurtured. It's these accounts with a few thousand Steem. I mean, it's them that are the future, basically. Because the future of Steem blockchain should be content creators. If you cut off the supply of content creators, if you punish them, you're gonna produce an even more wealth effect to the top, to accounts that has hundreds of thousands of Steem. That is already a lot, right? They can earn massive already via curation and inflation. But cutting off the supply, making so original content creators earn way less, it promotes selfishness. Like if 50% curation is on, people are just gonna circle vote their friends. Why? Then there is even less of a need for original content. Hey, I don't need original content. I get 50% just by upvoting my friends or whatever I want. So it doesn't put content, it doesn't put original content as valuable, right? And as I said, most people are not content creators. Content creators, creating content, original content, and having it as a lifestyle, it's not something for everyone. It's very hard. It takes sacrifice and dedication and love. And they're putting themselves out there, right? Of course, curation will be automated more in the future. And extracting 50% of the value to more stuff that will be automated, it's not a good way to go. It's not a good way to go. It's going to produce massive fakeness. People are just going to upvote for curation. They're not even going to care about the content, right? So, it's like, so an original content creator, he looks at it like, so I'm going to expend a lot of energy to produce this work, and then just 50% is going to go away because these people just want to take. It's leech. Like it would be a leech system. You already have some of that leech system going on. I feel that content creators are what makes Steem blockchain. Content creators can influence, they can empower people, they can bring people in. I've been a content creator on YouTube since 2007. One person, could move 1 million people to subscribe to my channel, right? Because I made original content. Okay, it can create a movement. Humans are energy, right? Curation is mainly going to be bots. It's going to be automated. The main value of a system is the content. Is that it's good stuff being produced. And to have more good stuff being produced, you need to support it. It can't just get 50%, it needs more. It needs to get more value. You need to empower specific pieces of content, and you need to promote people to produce more original content. Because curation will be automated way more in the future. And we're gonna put 50% of the value of the Steem stake into more automated accounts that just comes and extract a lot of value. Yeah, maybe they push something to the top, but why would anyone view at the top if there is no original content there? If you make it so the original content creators doesn't feel empowered. But clearly, content creators should be empowered way more. Right? So I'm gonna do more videos trying to go over this, but I look at it like this. I saw a lot of witnesses that approve this, and how many witnesses have been speaking to original content creators? How many of them are creating content on a daily basis? How many of them knows the grind about that? Because when you're not creating content on a daily basis, it's very, very easy to come up with an idea of, it would be good, we can change the system massively. I should have 50%. If 25% curation is not enough, I should have 50% for clicking a few buttons. But truth to be told, just clicking a few buttons? Are you really doing as much? Are you producing as much value as someone that spends a lot of energy to producing some original piece of content and pushing it out there? You're not, right? Content creators, that is what needs to be empowered. So yeah, quick video talking a little bit about that. Hopefully enjoyed, and I'm going to talk more about it probably in the future, just exploring the idea a little bit here. And yeah, have an awesome day, Steem blockchain. Bye bye.